Let's go. Let's go, lovely girl. Let's go, lovely girl. Let's go. Let's go, lovely girl. Let's go, lovely girl. Anyway, so how you guys doing? We are again walking, lovely. We're walking, lovely. I guess I'll leave it at this. We're walking lovely again today. You guys. Oh, Mana, they're not open today. I like Mana though. Come on. 45. It's not too bad. I'll plug you in when you get to like 30%. 30, 20 or 30%. You're 45% right now. Anyways, we are walking lovely again today. Mana is not open today. Come on. Come on, lovely. They're closed on Mondays. I love the food there. Ba 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 da 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 da. Rồi còn món vào. Rồi cho. Is Lovey going to pool? Yeah, well, Lovey's going to pool. Okay. Lovey. 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 Lovey, come here. This is the right side. Lovey, come here. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Actually, I could build a better rig. At least when you're dead. This is great for you guys. Griffey. Griffey, sit. Griffey, sit. Griffey, sit. Griffey, sit. Anyways, how you guys doing? We're taking out Griffey today. Griffey. Griffey, stop. We'll just take Griffey around the block today. Griffey. This is Griffey. Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh. Let's do this. Do this. How's everybody doing? Oh. Nope. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I hope you have had a great weekend so far. My weekend has been great. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something. No, I'm not gonna play that song. You guys know this song? You guys, maybe you guys know this song. I'm gonna play a song for you guys on my melodica. Let's see if you guys know the song. You guys can hear it. You guys should know this song. You guys know that song? You guys should know that song. At least I would think you would know that song. Anyways. Yeah, how you guys doing tonight?
Hello, I hope you will have a very positive day or night.
您好，希望您白天或晚上都非常愉快。こんにちは。私はあなたが非常に前向きな昼夜を過ごせることを願っています。
How was your Saturday? I was just playing melodica at first, but that's good. I'm doing good too. Yeah, so I was just playing the melodica at first. I don't know if you're playing the instruments or not, but I'm a musician myself. I guess I'm not sure what I have planned for today's stream, but we'll figure out something, right? Let's see if there's anything we can look at. Not that. Oops. That's the wrong one. Oops. Not that one. There's another one. This one. I don't know what we should look at today, but there's no food stuff today. Mark Wiens. I usually look at Mark Wiens on Sundays. This is a video based on what's a new roller coaster coming to Florida based off of Back to the Future. What is this? Stop paying too much for drum gear. Okay. Let's watch. I don't know if you are interested in drumming stuff, but let's just check this out.
Hey, Craig. That is a beautiful cymbal.
It is. Got a smoking deal on it.
Did you? Where'd you get it?
Oh, at a local place that I like to visit.
How much did you pay for that cymbal?
Do I have to tell you?
Well, I want to know. I've been looking for that exact same cymbal. The cheapest price I could find was like $200 or $350, I think it was.
Got it for $250.
$250? Mm-hmm. That's insane.
Yes, it is.
How could you possibly get a deal like that on a cymbal like that?
Well, I just picked up some tools and tricks of the trade over some time with help from fellas like you.
I see. So what you're saying is, by using some insider information and doing a little bit of research, you can always get a good deal on gear. Is that what you're saying?
You better believe it.
Today on the Drum Department, we are going to make sure you stop paying too much for your gear. Join us because the Drum Department starts right now.
Yeah. I guess my tip is that
Welcome,
if you're looking for instruments and stuff.
Drum Department, of course, I'm here, Kyle K-Rat. Man, you know, this is live. I should be better at this by now.
Do it.
This is like
I mean,
30.
look for
Please welcome
used
in the hot
equipment
seats.
because that might be the cheapest
our
route.
special guest. We have Craig Tootant, pardon me.
It's all right.
And we have Tyson Not Toots Finley.
Well, sometimes, but yeah.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk all about how to get the best value for your money, how to stop paying too much for your gear. I know that sounds maybe a little bit crazy. The reason it's the three of us is because between the three of us, we have over 60 years of retail music instrument slogging experience. Probably not including our time spent as kids shopping through the old buy and sell or
No,
whatever.
that adds up on top of it,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
No doubt.
Actually, before we get into it, Craig, let's talk a little bit about what your background is. So you are currently, we will call you Mapex man, perhaps?
Mapex rep for Canada.
Mapex rep for Canada.
Yeah.
But you got your retail experience slogging away in a music store out in Ontario?
Yep. Three different Long and McQuaid locations over the years.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, there's a common thread here. All three of us are ex-Long and McQuaid employees.
Yes.
Shout out to Long and McQuaid. We love you guys. This is not a bashing of that. So this is not going to be the NAM episode for Long and McQuaid.
No.
Let's start with that.
I won't give you any juice quite like that.
That's right. Only bouquets for our friends at Long and McQuaid.
Yeah.
And Tyson, also a veteran. You've worked for many different
I worked in
companies.
a private drum shop called Island Drum on Vancouver Island for about 6 years, and I worked for Tom Lee Music, and I worked for Long and McQuaid. And I was that kid in the music store just spending 8 hours a day when I had time to hang out doing that too. I was selling drums before.
I guess we'll do
drums,
that.
so-
Whatever
too.
works.
What about you?
Yeah, pretty much. Like just frequenting the local stores, always in and out of there, hooking up with
Oh,
my
we'll
guy.
do this.
Right, we'll talk about that. 'cause,
Yeah.
well, talk about
Best
hooking up
system?
with your
Yeah.
guy.
As we
We'll just leave it at
Exactly.
that.
There's a lot of drummers out there that just we love gear, we love learning more about gear. And then when it comes to buying gear, it can be frustrating because you can look online and see all these really cool things, then you don't know where to get it, or it's hard to find, or it's not in stock, or you feel like, gee, that seems like a really premium price for that particular thing. There's lots of ways to get better value out there. And when I was a kid, I started working in a music store when I was 16. I worked for a very small tiny music store called North.
Anyways, I don't know.
Shout
You
out to
guys
Larry
are
Baldwin if
into
you're out there
musical
anywhere.
instruments and
My
stuff like
first
that, but
Boston music store.
being
Then
that
I
I'm a
worked for a company
musician,
called Ward Music, which was at the time Canada's longest running music store. Very old
any
school
kind
vibe, and
of
then worked for Long McQuade for a long time.
stuff can that
But
can
yeah,
help
I was the
people
guy at
get
16 and 15 calling the store saying,
cheaper
"Do you have this cymbal in stock?"
instrumentation
Cool. You know,
whatnot.
just
It's
all
always
about
good.
cool stuff, right? And today's episode, this is an open forum. I want to get stuff. I want to get feedback from those of you on YouTube, those of you in the members area. If you have any questions about how to get great value on gear, we're going to try and answer them. In fact, we're going to try this. I don't know when we're going to do it yet, but sometime during this episode, I want to try and maybe appraise a used value live. We'll see if we can get someone to send us a link, something maybe they're looking at buying. We'll see if we can actually see if we can give them some advice on that. What do you guys think?
I love that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we want to engage everybody in the conversation because that's what we do here at the drum department. We put different things to the test. We do what drummers do. We hang out. We talk about drums. Okay, so with all that being said, how do folks normally shop for gear these days? Number one. Well, I think the internet has taken a lot of the guesswork out of how to find things. You can virtually find anything you want on the internet. But that's great, but it doesn't necessarily get you the gear, does it? For you guys, do you shop online for gear? What do you use? What's your number one go-to when you're trying to discover more about a piece of gear or get something new? What do you do, Craig?
To discover information about it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like obviously hit the net, check out the respective websites of the brands that you may be interested in,
Yep.
and have a peekaboo at their lines, figure out the hierarchy of price points. Although you won't get that on the brand website, I guess that's essentially where you start looking into the stores. And again, hopefully you have a representative at a local store that you trust and can talk to about that stuff. But yeah, obviously going to websites and checking out the products, and then you start looking into the pricing of it all. And of course, that can be a little shocking at times.
Sure.
I really miss the old days with paper catalogs. I was a kid that went into music stores.
Paper
and,
catalogs.
Like, I saw the drums, great, they're there, but I wanted to know everything about a particular drum. I see a Master Series.
Do you remember the days of shopping with the paper catalog?
Thing and go home. It comes in all those colors.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I think that's what pushed me in and through retail. Actually,
You make a great point on that because if you've got that catalog at home, you might fixate towards just that. I'm going to get a master's kit.
Yeah.
With it being on the internet, which is I was going to say, well, bro, it's on the internet. You can go
it
do that.
is. Yeah.
But
some of
then
them
you're
physically having it in your hand, though, like
it's like
more
choice
than just
paralysis.
looking at it on the screen.
Yeah.
All of those internet pages are one's not necessarily going to stick out more than the others.
Yeah,
So you're not going to be like, oh, that master's kit I've always wanted. Or maybe like in the old catalogs, it'd be a really rad picture of like a 13-piece kit. You're like, it's like in Wayne's World. If you've seen the movie Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Oh yes, one day she will be mine.
Oh yes.
So that is true. That is somewhat changed for sure.
Yeah.
But I will say this. When you're shopping for gear, and you said it already, let's talk about getting your go-to person.
Yeah.
Because I don't care where you live on the planet. This is really valuable information. Drum gear is unfortunately not an essential thing. We think it is, and it is for us. But it's not like food or water or air. It's close. But the point I'm making here is if you walk into your grocery store, you probably don't have someone that's your shake and bake person.
Right.
Or your bread person.
So right.
Right? But when you go to your local music store, even call your local music store, or even a large chain music store, you might have that connection with the person.
Yeah.
That
Ideally.
is probably the single strongest way to get the best deals, honestly.
Yeah,
if you are a
maybe
shopper
it
online,
is.
Say deal with a company like Sweetwater, they're actually built for this, right? You have a go-to person. This is your sales rep. You will speak to that person. They give you their extension. You connect to that person. Have you guys ever shopped on Sweetwater?
I have not.
I have not.
It's a great experience, I will say. And I poo-pooed it for many, many years. I was thinking, this can't be. I worked in retail forever, blah, 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 right? No, it's great. But doesn't matter if it's a large chain store, if it's a mom and pop shop, find somebody that you connect with at that store. And they don't necessarily have to be the drum person, right?
Yeah.
Because if you trust the person you're dealing with, they'll help you get a great deal.
They'll help you.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Salesmen,
Yeah.
salespeople,
But
salesmen.
if you can find a great drum person,
Yeah.
Ideally.
become friends with them for sure.
Oh yeah.
Ask them questions, you know.
Oh yeah.
And another way to get that connection, maybe you don't have anyone else in your neighborhood that plays drums, but maybe you have a friend that plays guitar or bass. Ask them where they go, right? Say, oh, you know what? X such and such music store. I love going there. Oh, I don't think they have a very, very big drum department. Well, that might be true, but the salesperson there, Charlie knows everything, and he's such a great guy to work with. I would suggest maybe at least having that conversation with them. So don't be necessarily afraid to go somewhere that doesn't have everything in stock. The internet also benefits you that way as a small shop because they can bring in anything usually. A lot of times, a lot of options are out there for you. And how do we feel about going to a store versus shopping online? This is an important question.
You know, we're talking about finding your guy. Find your guy at the shop, like the drum guy. I think that's what scared me away from retail, or is the fact that it's all going to the internet and that you don't have that personal connection thing. So I honestly, about going to the internet, for me, I'm just learning to shop on Amazon. So like for all the rest of the things, but I still like going to the store and seeing the guy.
There is a nice thing about being able to go and try things and touch them and play them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Drum gear is pretty personal, right? You have to know how it sounds, how it feels. Though you can order a lot of it. Obviously, you can order anything you want online, but it doesn't have that same sort of, it's almost romantic, the relationship.
Well, just literally seeing these things in person.
Yeah.
You know, for sure.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Under the lights, seeing several different kits, you're like, I think part of it ends up being that I want to know that I'm going to look cool behind this thing.
Absolutely.
There is something to be said for that.
No doubt.
So yeah, another key tip here. So let's go over a couple of these things. Number one, try and find someone to talk to and establish a relationship with them.
Let them know what you like.
That's right. And if you don't know what that is, tell them that.
Ask them. Yeah.
Hey, I want to start playing the drums. I know nothing about the drums. Can you help me? And if you feel like you're being talked down to, or they're being condescending to you, or they don't even have time for you, move on.
Yeah,
Find someone else that will. You almost want to imagine like you're holding a pile of money in your hands, and you're saying, "Who here wants to earn this?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Legit.
Really important, and that can be online for sure. Like I say, Sweetwater, very large company. I've been always very impressed with the customer service, considering that I've never met any of them. Right. And the reason that trust is so important is because you can then ask those questions. Hey, I want to get a better deal on this cymbal.
Yeah.
Can I do that? And they will tell you the truth. Oh, actually, that one, that's such a popular cymbal, it's probably never going to go on sale. Oh, well, actually, I have a version of that cymbal that's slightly different that they discontinued last week. I can give you $100 off. How about that?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so ways to get the most for your money. This is one of my favorites. Do your research, number one, because a lot of times, like you were saying, if you've got a Pro Masters catalog, that's the thing you have to have. It's only that. This or bust, right?
Yeah.
But maybe you just want a really nice drum set. Maybe it doesn't have to be that one. So maybe you walk into a store and you see a Yamaha drum set.
And I think that's maybe the benefit of the internet now, is that it's so easy to get that picture of all of the different drum kits in front of you so much. As back in the day with paper catalogs, you would fixate on the one catalog you got that week.
Yeah, or even like with Drum Center of Portsmouth, another great independent drum shop. They do amazing video content on drum sets. Like if I had to buy a kit today, I'd watch all their stuff because they really do great.
Pretty good chance you can check some stuff out on their site. Oh yeah,
and you can really you can tell they care and you feel like you could trust them.
Knowledgeable guys, no doubt about it.
But yeah, having that. The more options you can have available to you when you go in to buy something, the better chance you're going to get a better deal. Because if you went into a music store and you wanted to order your favorite Pearl kit, let's say, and they said, well, that'll be 6 months and the pricing just went up. It's going to be this much. These are the new colors. You're like, oh, cool. If you want to do that, great. You're going to get exactly what you wanted. You're probably not going to get a very good deal on it.
Yeah.
But if the same experience, you walk into that same store and you said, you know, this is a kit I really want. And the person at the counter says, this is a great drum set. You can certainly do that. But would you be interested in something else? And you might say, well, maybe. What do you got? Well, let me show you this kit I have over here. Now, this might be a drum set they've had on the floor for 2 years. And it might be time to move that stock.
Yeah.
And you might say, hey, you know what? This kit's actually more expensive than the kit you were looking at. I can put this in your cart today, and it's going to save you $1,000.
Yeah.
So then you have to decide, well, which one do I want? Do I really have to have the one that I decide
that I'm fixated on there?
I've been spending 3 years planning and lusting over?
Yeah.
Or maybe this kit.
Which is fine.
Right, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
But being flexible with that, boy, does that make a big difference in your options. I always found that if I had something on the floor, and it was similar, it often trumped that weight. And people don't like waiting.
Yeah,
right?
very
The
true.
drum market, and this is something that's really important to talk about right now. If you have to special order something in the drum world, it's going to take 3 months minimum, 6 months probably 9 months.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, that's insane. I would never wait that amount of time. You guys are all going to go out of business with that. Well, the problem is that's just the way she goes. The drum community, the drum world, the drum business is actually quite small in the grand scheme of the things that come from where the things are made. So because of that, it takes time. And if you special order a drum kit, that's the other thing. Let's say you want to special order that drum kit. And guy says, you know what? I got great news. Most of it's in stock in their warehouse. Oh, cool. So most of it, yeah. So like 2 of the toms and the bass drum. I can get that for you in a couple of days. You're like, great. Oh, wait, what about the rest of it?
Yeah, what about the second?
Well, that'll be 9 months.
Yeah.
So wait, can I play with, well, there's not quite enough here to make a full drum set. So then you're waiting. Again, maybe what's on the floor trumps that. Another really key thing, color choice.
Yeah.
Right?
Big one.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to dive into that, but yeah, absolutely that.
So if you're dead set on a particular shade of black in this particular drum set, you have to have that one, you might be waiting a while. But if I walk in and Craig says, I've got this pretty cool lime green version of that drum set. In fact, I've got 4 of them. You want to work a deal out? Sure, you know, but you have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
But my goodness, playing the drums, you want to buy what's going to inspire you, but having those options open to you can actually bring you some cool variety and spice to your ideas, because maybe there's something that there's on the floor that's going to do a better job for you. You just don't know it.
Yeah.
Right? Trust that salesperson.
I would almost guarantee there is.
All right, let's quickly have a pass around on this as maybe one of the more interesting stories on how you maybe helped someone get a great deal. Tyson, you got one you want to launch off there?
Well, I running on the idea of what's on the floor for me is, I would say, don't be that guy. You know, what's on the floor is great, but don't be the guy that has to special order and sit and wait and has to have that thing
And complain because
it's taking too long. Well, the don't be that guy is exactly that.
Share us a story of a situation where maybe you were able to talk someone into a great deal on something you had on the floor.
At Island Drum in Nanaimo, shout out to Michael Wright if he's watching. He's just about to move back to England, which is pretty sad, but I'm gonna miss him. There was an AOT kit. It came in used, and a customer came in and really, really wanted an AOT kit.
Sure.
But it was the wrong color, and he decided, no, I'm gonna special order the right color and put down a deposit on it on the special order. 2 days later went, you know what? I'm not gonna do the special order. Let's just take what's on the floor. And we were able to, you know, for what his deposit on the special order was, let him walk out the door with the beautiful, and quite honestly, it was 2 different shades of blue. One was in a very light, almost denim blue, and he really wanted a very dark navy blue, and he couldn't do the denim blue.
Turn the lights down.
You know, that was kind of it. You know.
What do you guys think? Like, do you
names,
guys
but,
would you pay less for a
that
floor
story
model
sticks with me
versus
that, you know, he really
having to
wanted
pay more for a
dark
model that
blue.
they don't
So
have
you
in
pay
stock?
almost 3
that
times
you have
the
to wait
price
for?
a brand new one versus the kit that was 2.5 years old in perfect condition, used, sitting on the floor. But he finally came around 2-3 days later. Now, there was a little trouble with the manufacturing company. I've already said AOT, but, you know, we've put a deposit in on those drums, but now we need to cancel that.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But
that's part of your gig, right?
That's part of the
making
gig,
sure
is
that you're
like-
looking after your customers'
yeah,
needs.
you know.
I've got 2 quick ones I want to share. I had a beautiful Tama Superstar kit from the 80s traded in. those were virtually the same as a recording custom.
Yeah.
They just didn't have the same cachet. Kit was beautiful, sounded great, had really nice hardware, nice cymbals. Kind of from that era though, probably like mid to late 80s, I think it was. I had a great deal on it. I think we're selling it with like Zildjian A's for like $1,000, which is a steal. Family walks in looking for a kit for their kid for their first drum set, and they want to spend kind of around $1,500, and they're looking at a stage custom and I think maybe a Mapex Armory. And they said, well, which one of these kits would you buy? And I think I had all three on the floor. And I said, oh, no question, I'd buy the Tama kit. I wouldn't even think about it. And they said, well, why? It's all beat up, it's old. I said, yeah, but she's a beaut. I said, it just sounds great. It's as good as, it punches way above its weight for what it is, and it's not marked at $3,000 because it's just less desirable because it didn't have the same cachet.
Right.
Still just as nice a drum. And of course, the son, was for the son, he had to be talked into not being brand new.
Right.
But then he played it. Yeah. And he was just like, this sounds better than my teacher's drum kit. I said, great.
Nice.
And the parents are like, and we're gonna save $600?
Yeah.
Yeah. How fast can we put this in our car? And the other side of that story, I had a family walk in and they wanted to buy a drum set for their house. And they had them set in their mind that it had to match their piano. So I'm assuming they have a black piano. No, they had a very specific color red. And they spent 3 times what they came in to spend on a drum set because color was more important than the drum set. And I was like, great, you know what? You can choose your criteria. It doesn't make no difference to me.
Sure.
I have a great drum set that would have worked great, but if it doesn't match color and that's important, great, no problem. Craig, I bet you got a couple of doozies.
Oh yeah, I mean, just generally, I found knowing my customer base, so that was always a cool thing. Something would come in, and I would call a regular who I knew that they were into that. And I've said for a long time too, it's not nearly as much the gear as the service. So
right.
Yeah, like knowing your clientele. Same thing with the customers, having their person at the store that they can rely on. But yeah, that's a big thing. Is basically something will come in, and knowing I know who's gonna love this. You know, hey, come on down. You know. Yeah. So there's a lot of that, and again, like that's serving your clientele. So that's a big one. Again, I mean, a deal's a deal, and but knowing who is going to be best suited for that piece of gear comes in handy.
That's a great segue to this drum set. It's quite a story about this drum set. So this beautiful Orange County drums and percussion drum set, if you're not familiar with that brand, this was a legendary product in the late 90s, early 2000s. This is not one of the what they call Guitar Center era versions. This is the real deal, made in the factory at Orange County, OCDP. At that point, your artist roster would have had the who's who of the biggest drummers at that point. You got John Otto from Limp Bizkit. You've got Travis Barker from Blink-182.
Adrian Young from No Doubt.
Adrian Young.
Chad Sexton from 311.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. If you were going to go to Lollapalooza, you were going to see lots of these.
Yeah.
So this kit wandered into the location I was managing. I didn't even do the deal. The drum person I had working at the time saw it and is literally too young to have known who this was.
What it was.
This is very much a Travis Barker style drum set, very clearly. 22-inch long bass drum, the offset lugs, the white hardware, the acrylic, the snare drum that's thicker. It's like thicker than my glasses.
Yeah.
So he offered the
big
guy
old hole on the side.
Yeah,
vented snare drum.
The kit new was $8,000, and the guy came in. He's like, I have to sell this. I'm moving, and the problem with a kit like this is it's really unique. That's a great thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because someone else wants it really bad, but I got to find that person, and I hope they live in my local area.
Yeah.
So we offered them a very low amount of money. Put it this way, we were able to sell the kit for $1,000 and make money.
Right.
Because we weren't sure how we get out of it. So I literally posted a picture of it just stacked up, and 5 minutes later, Dave Atkinson, here at Drumeo
Dave,
messages me because he's a huge fan of. He always wanted an Orange County kit, but he couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I don't even care. I'll take it right now.
Yeah.
Didn't ask a question about it. He just saw the picture. He's like, it's Orange County. I have to have it.
Blue and white. Go.
So he bought it. I can tell you though, had Dave not been there, it might still be at that store.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting point too. When you custom order things like that, if you're going to get something custom made for yourself, you sure better know what you want and better prepared that you're going to love it forever. because it's yours.
Yeah.
Someone else may not agree with your choices.
And custom shop that way, you're gonna pay a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like $8,000. Yeah.
So another great tip, this is one of my favorites. I used to always say one of my least favorite kinds of customers is a patient customer. Right? There's a joke in there.
No, that's fair.
But
yeah.
it's because my job is to sell stuff. And if I got a guy on the hook for something or a gal on the hook for something, I don't need it right now. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow. Maybe I'll come back in a month. We'll see.
Yeah.
So I know there's intent there, but they're patient.
Mhm.
And they're going to see if they can outweight me.
Right.
Right? One of the best ways to get a deal
Yeah.
is to outweight something. You're taking a chance that you may not get that piece. Someone might walk in and pay full price. Totally possible. But let's say you have a regular store you attend and you notice there's a piece of gear there that you really want, but it's been there for a while. And it's there for another while. And then another while.
Yeah.
I would strongly suggest you find out when that store's year end is, whenever their inventory is, or the end of a month, and say, I'm going to take that home today, but you have to make it worth my while.
Mhm.
I will bet you money they will do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's happened a number of times.
Right?
Yeah,
Retail
absolutely.
space is valuable.
Yeah.
It's real estate.
Yeah.
Help me make it more valuable by let me put something else there that's going to sell. So patience is actually a great virtue if you want to get a great deal on something. And the other thing too is being flexible. We're talking about colors, time frames. Drums get discontinued all the time, which is interesting because last I checked, they're all pretty much round cylinders with heads on them.
Right.
Right? So color choices change, mount systems change, bearing edge styles change, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're usually pretty minor adjustments. And you can often get a great deal if a company's about to discontinue something or has just recently announced a discontinuation or announced a new product. You say, hey, I see that Pearl's putting out another drum kit. That seems awfully like it's going to take over that spot. And you're like, yep, it is. So, and I got old stock on this. If you're interested, we can do that. So that's a big one too. We haven't even scratched the surface on used gear. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
An important thing when it comes to drum gear is that's fine for acoustic drums. Buy old, no problem. These are still going to be cymbals for a long time. But electronic drums, it's like buying a used computer, right? If you buy a used drum set, like used electronic kit, you probably don't want something that's more than 2 generations old.
Mhm.
Anything before that doesn't really hold its value, may not still function very well, and probably doesn't have the features you're hoping it does. Just the technology keeps changing. You wouldn't
Sure.
buy an old, iPhone 2 these days, I don't think.
Right.
Unless you got a real good deal on it. I don't even know if it would
That's-
function.
I was just going to say that, like, if the price is good, not so bad. But
Right.
generally, yeah, you don't want to go with anything too old in the electric world.
And electronic drums will always tell you the truth as to what's happened to them before you got to them. Look at the heads, look at the
Absolutely.
pads.
Oh, yeah.
And if they look like they've been hit real hard and a lot,
Yeah.
that's probably
Yeah.
true.
Probably
Absolutely.
have. Yeah.
And actually, that's actually another point I have here to make. If you're looking outside the realm of buying at a retail location, which many, many of us do, shopping on Craigslist, on Facebook Marketplace, whatever your local new and used situation is, if you don't know exactly everything about what you're trying to buy, it can be difficult. It's terrifying, actually.
Yeah.
If you're trying to buy a drum set for your family and you don't know anything about it, you have no idea if something's a good deal or a bad deal.
Yeah.
And half the time you're buying it from somebody, that's also the case. They're not sure.
Right.
What I suggest, we're going to play a little game in a sec, but one of my favorite tips is when you're searching Facebook or Craigslist, try and look for ads where you see a picture of a drum kit that's probably poorly set up but does not look used. It might show a lot of dust.
Yeah.
But what you're looking for is a drum kit that is a nuisance. What I mean by that is many people buy drum sets with the greatest of intentions. But they're big and they're loud, and they usually take up valuable space in your house. So because of that, for a long time, they sit there. And you might play it and be really excited about it, but then maybe things happen in your life, you get busy and you stop playing them.
Got a neighbor that won't let you play.
Sure.
Even though you thought you could, you thought,
Yeah.
it's not going to be that
This is
loud.
not-
And then every
this is
time you hit a
bumming me
drum,
out
the neighbor
beyond
comes and
belief.
up. Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you end up leaving it in your living room or wherever the kid is because you feel shame.
Corner of the basement. Yeah.
This big thing I just bought is still sitting there. It's like it's like a albatross in your living room. And then eventually one day you're like, okay, I have to get rid of this. So there's no longer an attachment to it. At that point, you're gonna get the best deal you ever got on a drum set because they're hoping they're gonna put that ad up and be like, I don't even know what this is worth, just come get it. And they're gonna wanna connect with you because they're going, oh, this is going to someone who's gonna play it. Please, let's make a deal. That's a great way to connect with things. The other side of that, one of my most favorites, and probably one of the more difficult ones when you work in retail, because we would take trades all the time, is when someone is so emotionally connected to what they have, they can't let it go for anything realistically possible. Someone will bring in a drum or a cymbal and say, well, it's made of albatross fur. You have to have this. It's one of one, but I have to have $10,000 for it. And I'm like, it's a really nice drum, but if I take the albatross fur out of the equation, it's probably a $500 drum. And they go, oh, I'm insulted. I cannot believe you do not like my albatross fur and blazing snare drum. And I say, well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make a deal today. And that's okay. So that also happens when you're shopping privately, is if someone is telling you their life story about the piece of gear and all the connection they have to it, you might have a hard time getting a deal. Because they need to sell it, or they'll say things like, don't need to sell this.
Yeah, I don't need
then
to
they probably
sell
don't
it.
want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any experiences like that? I don't want to say, I do not want to say customer from hell, but any situations where you had a particularly difficult conversation to make a deal happen or unable to?
Yeah, I mean, the first one that comes to mind was, it was a custom kit. A customer bought a brand new custom kit directly from a generic drum company. They make great drums, but they're not badged. It's just a generic kit. And they probably paid, I'm gonna guess, at least $4,000 probably for these drums, and brought them in and wanted to sell them. And I gave him a number, and boy, was he unhappy. And truth be told, I just said, brother, in the eyes of a lot of people that come in here, they're no-name drums. So if you're, well, these are worth blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I understand what you paid for them, but we got to try to sell them. And yeah, he left the store unhappy, basically. Oh, the guy lowballed me, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, like,
sometimes you
this
gotta be
is the
careful with
deal.
those, right?
Yeah, like, you got to know the game, man.
Yeah, and you'll notice too, if you look in those used pages, I don't care where you live in the world, there's always going to be a couple of kits or snare drums or whatever that are going to be up there perpetually. That are just too expensive. And everybody knows it. But they're banking that eventually they're going to find someone like them who's going to pay $6,000, $7,000 on whatever it is. And that's fine. If you own something, you can choose the price. And that's probably the strongest piece of advice I can give you when you're negotiating, is that it's not personal. When you're having that conversation of what you want to offer somebody for something. If they get offended by that, that's okay. That's fine. It's just not the right deal. And when you're selling, it's the same thing. If someone makes you an offer, sure, they might try to, you might want $1,000, they might offer you $100. Well, okay, that's not going to happen. But open the negotiation, see where it goes from there. Okay, well, that's not going to happen. How about $900?
Yeah, it sort of brings up the old adage of, well, what is it worth? Well, whatever somebody's willing to pay for it. Right? And some people will live on that edge of that,
Yes. Now there's a balance there, and that's exactly it. What is something worth, and what is the free market going to tell us it's worth? If you're working in a situation where you're working in a retail shop and you have to sell something, you've got to make margin, you have to stand behind the products, you have to look after it somewhat. All those things are important because we want to continue the trust with every person you sell to. You're not going to sell it and be like, good luck. You guys stand behind your products? Yeah, way behind, man. 30 seconds to 30 feet is your warranty, my man. No, the whole idea with that is that, yes, there might be a person at that premium price, but I don't know that they live locally, and I don't know if I'm going to find them in a reasonable amount of time. So the price that I feel that is the maximum we can get comfortably is this price. And that's usually somewhat down or very much down.
Knowing what that item costs brand new is huge. Because if it's brand new $1,000 and it's kind of beat up and you're asking $900,
right?
You're not going to get.
Well, it's saving tax, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So it's having some, again, go to the websites, go find out how much these things cost.
Do your research.
And yeah, do some research and say, okay, if this is brand new at this amount, then a used one should be somewhere in this area, and let's talk.
Yeah, that's right. You'll also find one of my favorite things on that idea too is when you're shopping for something and you're trying to get the best deal you can, but you can't quite find the right product. You'll be like, okay, this is close to what I would like. You might be able to negotiate a deal on that. You might get that as an interim piece. You might want to keep looking. That piece you're looking for may eventually come available for sale, but you're buying yourself time by getting something, okay, well, I have this for now, but eventually I'm going to find that piece that I really, really want. And maybe it will come available to you, right?
If you know what you're looking for.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the education's a big part of that.
Yeah.
One of the worst places I find to get a good deal on something is an auction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you the number of times there'd be an auction on a music store going out of business.
Yeah.
And guy would buy a lot and they come in, oh, I bought this cool drum kit, it just needs some heads and this and that. I go, well, cool, it's a nice kit. Do you mind to ask? Usually they're really happy to tell you what they paid.
Right.
I got that for $2,000.
Yeah.
And I'm looking out of the corner of my eye on the exact same drum set, brand new for less. And I'm like, and I go,
yeah,
it's right here. And they go, well, I got a little caught up in the moment there, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
it happens.
That's a similar thing again, is like knowing how much something costs. And so you might be flipping through your used ads and you'll see something again that costs whatever, 700 brand new. And again, the person's asking 650.
Right.
And it's like, okay, does this person not know what they're talking about, or are they nefariously trying to rip somebody off? Like it's very, that's one thing that I just kind of chuckle. It's like, wow, that this person's asking new price for their used item.
Yeah.
So then of course you can try to lowball them. Chances are they'll tell you to beat it.
Yep.
And you're like, okay then, like, good luck. It's yeah.
All right, so let's put this to the test. I've pulled a random sampling of current Craigslist ads out of our local area. I'm going to bring up the pictures, and we're going to discuss whether or not we think it's a good deal or a bad deal. I have some notes on them here, so you're not going totally blind. While we're doing this, everybody, those of you out there on YouTube, those of you in Drumeo, if anybody is currently looking for a good deal on something, and you have your eye on something in maybe your local Craigslist or on Facebook Marketplace, share the link. I think we can try and do this in real time, guys.
Cool.
Right.
So we'll give it a shot. If you guys want some
idea.
advice, take advantage of the 60+ years of retail experience, we'd be happy to try and help someone get a great deal today, right?
Totally.
Okay, so while we're doing that, let's show a picture. Chris, if you could please bring up the first image here. Okay, so this is a Tama. I think it's a Swing Star
I think it's a
kit.
Swing Star kit. Yeah.
Now, my eagle eyes tell me
It's
got
not the original
V8
mount.
cymbals. It's got a pair of hi-hats. The snare drum is certainly not original. But it's kind of neat, might be cool. Pretty dusty, not well set up, clearly shoved in the corner of the garage.
Is that a Gibraltar platform mount on the top, not a Tama
I think that's
mount?
a correct Tama mount.
Is it?
I do believe it is.
Yeah.
Now, what price do you think that should sell for, guys? What's a good deal on that kit?
Depending on what that snare is,
Yeah.
that's a factor.
Let's
But,
assume it's a decent snare drum, I
yeah.
think. Not a great drum.
That's the thing. Like that snare drum might be worth the rest of the kit.
So what do you think is a fair offer for that?
At a quick glance, from what I saw, I don't know, 300 might be.
I was at 4. I was
Yeah.
at $400 for the whole
So that
pile.
kit's a
Yeah.
great deal. It's listed right now for $250.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong.
Cannot go
even not knowing what the snare drum is, I'd take at $250. I'd probably take the risk and like
That snare is certainly no worse than the one that normally comes with it.
Yes.
It's really dusty.
Yep.
I didn't show, there's a couple other pictures of that particular ad, but the heads are worn but playable.
Sure.
It's got your typical sort of setup, but for $250, I was like, that's a great deal. All right, next picture. Da, 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 da. There it is. Oh, I love these pictures. The exploded version of a drum set. So we've got
It's a 20 piece.
Yes, that's right. Yes, oh, by the way, let's talk about that briefly.
I like
When you
that.
count drum set pieces, you count only the drums.
Just the drums.
This is a 5-piece drum set. So I can see it looks like a Yamaha Stage
Stage
Custom
Custom kit?
probably 2 generations old, I think.
Yeah.
It's got a yes mount on the toms. That's definitely cranberry red. Looks like decent Zildjian cymbals. All the hardware looks to be there, probably. Now, we can't see all the picture, but I see the throne in the back there. Yeah, I bet you there's a pedal. Yeah, pedals there. Yeah, you can tell that kit has probably lived a very nice life in that very clean room that it's in. It's pretty good thing there.
Good old cranberry red.
Yep.
What's a good deal for that drum set, guys?
I'm gonna say pretty much the same.
Yeah, you know, if it was up at $400, I know the Zildjians, you could kind of part those Zildjians out for, you know, a couple
I
hundred
don't think
bucks
they were
even.
high-end Zildjians, though.
No, but
Those
a
are
couple
mid-line
$100 for a
Zildjians,
set
yeah.
of cymbals to maybe a kid that's looking to upgrade.
Bass drum head's
something.
clearly brand new.
Yep.
Kit's in great shape.
Yep.
Very clean. Listed for $450. I think it's a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm a little bit curious that you find that to be like a $300 or $400 kit. It's about twice the value of the first kit we looked at.
True. In that photo, the only thing that I personally quickly looking at that photo, what you're getting are the shells.
Yep.
Everything else is
Hoping for the best.
yeah.
Okay, next picture, please, Chris. So this is a PDP X7. So Pacific Drums and Percussion X7. They had this really cool deal you could buy. If you want lots of drums, there's lots of drums.
8,
As
10,
you can
12,
see,
14, 16, 22,
Thank you.
14 snare, yeah.
full hardware package. It's a lacquer finish. I had a couple other pictures I could have shown you, but I didn't think that was necessary because this tells the whole story.
Couple
Heads are in very
ozone
good shape.
crashes.
There's a lot of money in cymbals on this
Yes.
drum
There's
set.
a lot of money in
Yes.
cymbals on that drum kit.
Cymbals are certainly outpaced the value of the drum set.
Yes.
Okay, good deal or bad deal? Actually, I see one cymbal on there that's quite rare.
That AA Fast Chinese?
It's either fast Chinese or sound control.
Could be yeah, okay.
Either way, it's
you get that
relatively
little
rare.
flange on the edge, or it could be a flat edge on it. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think that set's worth, guys?
What do you think I think they're selling it for?
Yeah.
About $800.
Oh, they're probably asking a lot more than that.
Okay.
I'm gonna bet that person is asking 2 G's.
Okay. Very different response here.
Yeah.
Where are you getting 800 from? I want to know.
The drums themselves don't look like they were played that much.
No way.
As of
that
recent.
is a drum set that's been loved.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
not. Maybe
that's
I'm
a
not seeing the
drummer's
picture
kit.
well. I'm staring into the lights here, but okay.
It's got that pride of ownership all over.
Oh,
that kit.
absolutely.
So the 2K guess is really good. That kit's an insanely good deal. $1,100.
Yeah,
that's a ridiculous
that's a really
deal.
good deal.
I would say to people when I would see deals like that is I'm like, you could buy those drums, burn the drums, and still get your money out of the cymbals.
Yeah. I said that making an assumption that that person's thinking they're going to try to get all their
Oh,
money
that's
back.
great. Absolutely.
Fair, yeah.
Because that's a great point. I'm giving this a bit out of context here.
Yeah.
It's kind of the point. But yeah, that could be. I look at that, and when they're selling the whole kit and caboodle, they're probably getting out of it.
Right.
Because usually you see kits set up that nice.
Yeah.
They might be upgrading.
Yeah, true.
Right.
But probably not. But yeah,
I think that's
again,
probably where I was coming from too. They're
If it was a shells only
looking to
deal.
upgrade,
Right.
Want to do a full packet. Yeah.
Okay, next picture. Ah, yes. Yamaha DT Express 3.
I have one of those brains at home.
So it looks like it's in awfully good shape. Probably very little playing time on it, I would say. Especially for a kit this age, those pads tend to start to get a lighter gray color.
Yeah.
They start to get harder.
As they've been hit a lot.
That one looks to me like it's virtually brand new, which is shocking because that set's got to be at least 15 years old.
Yep.
About, yeah.
So now this is an electronic drum set. This is quite old, but in great shape. Pros, cons, guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's it worth? What do you guys think a good deal on that would be?
Tyson?
Good deal on
New,
that.
those were
kit.
$1,100, I think.
Yeah, about $1,100 new, like $350, $400.
Okay.
I'm thinking 2.
Yeah, see, I'm on the same page as you. A kit that's like 3 generations past, which is at least what that is, because the DT Express 4 came out after that. The DTX 400 and 500 have been in the market now for almost 10 years.
Well, knowing what you can get new
Right.
now, that's
Thank you.
That's a very,
that's the
So
That's
that
a-
kit is
yeah.
on the market for $550.
yeah.
I would say that's an average to poor deal.
Yeah.
It's a great. I will say this: based on the condition, it will last you forever. But it's going to have old sounds, old architecture, not a lot of fun features on. It's hard to navigate compared to today's stuff.
It is.
No
What
app.
are they asking?
550.
550. So, and that's the thing too. So you can assume that they'll any of the asking price, they'll come down a little.
Yeah.
So there's that too. They put that price up thinking, maybe I'll let it go for 4.
Yeah.
Which is still a little high in my opinion.
A little high, but probably palatable.
Yeah.
I would say, especially in the shape it's in. It looks really clean.
Yep.
All right, next one. Ah, yes. So this, Assembled for pictures only, clearly. This is a Alesis Nitro Mesh Special Edition in the beautiful
Yep, the
red
red
color.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this takes the cake for me in this one, and I won't give it away why yet. It looks like it's probably in great shape. It couldn't be that old. It's only been on the market a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New 550, $600.
6 and change, I
Six and
believe.
change,
And
okay.
that's Canadian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Canadian
dollars,
dollars.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's red. I don't, Craig, do you know if there's, I don't think there's anything else beyond the red that makes it a special edition kit. I don't think the module has anything different in it.
No.
All right, so that includes all the stuff you need. It's got a throne, as it should. Okay, so what would you pay for that one?
What would I pay for
What
that?
do you think is a good price for that?
200.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, $200.
This is the worst deal I could find.
Okay.
$1,000.
They want
my
$1,000.
God.
So they want more, almost double what it's worth new.
So again, that just makes me cringe. So either they don't know what they're talking about,
Or they're trying to find-
trying to rip somebody off.
Yep.
It's one or the other.
That was my favorite.
Maybe it's they don't know what they have.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't purchase it themselves,
But
so they really don't know what it's
It
worth.
takes
like-
approximately 15 seconds to find out what the
with the internet, yeah.
So true.
Okay, one last one. This one's gonna be tricky. This is the bonus round.
Okay.
All right, so Roland TD17 KVS. This is generation 1. That's important only because they've recently upgraded to a version 2. Eagle-eyed Long and McQuaid staff members will notice the module does have a Long and McQuaid rental sticker on the corner of the module.
It does.
That's very subtle, but it's there. Mapex pedal too, I believe. Yes, it does.
Yes.
And a Mapex throne.
And throne.
throne, yeah.
Very
So,
nice.
Craig, good for you. Right. So this kit looks like it's in pretty good shape. Don't really care how it's currently set up, but it's probably in a good spot there. It looks like that's probably where they were playing it. There's actually a little amp next to it as well. It's like a little guitar amp, but
Is that included?
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and the sticks. So this is a tricky one, I thought. This is current electronic drums. The new module has new sounds, a few other features, but pretty much the same.
Mhm.
The experience is about the same.
Mhm.
So that kit new would sell for probably $2,600 Canadian,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit more. By the time you add in the pedals, you got to add a pedal, the throne,
Mhm.
the amp's got some value. It's not a great amp, but it's there.
Mhm.
What do you think is a fair value for that?
Truthfully, 15-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this one was
Yeah.
tricky for me because I looked at it a couple of times. $1,400.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that you can't. That's fair.
Yeah.
That-
You're
that's-
saving about $1,000.
Yeah, that's reasonable. For
It's
sure.
not too many generations old. You're gonna get the same experience.
Oh,
You
yeah.
bought a brand new one.
You can bang away on that for a long time.
Yeah, and that's one thing I will say about electronic drums. The more advances we make in electronic drums, their lifespans are lasting longer and longer,
Yeah.
and you're getting more value out of them as we go.
We talked about like the Yamahas that the more you played them, the older Yamahas, the more you played them, the pads got grayer and kind of harder, the rubber got harder. And now with mesh head drums like that, if the mesh heads are getting worn a little bit, you can swap out the mesh heads. Even get into some of the electronic replacements that isn't too expensive with the
There's
internet
been
out
some
there.
great conversation in both chats. I
Has
gotta
there
say.
been? Okay.
The guys are all playing along. This is wonderful. Some really great guesses, and it's fun. Looking through here, yeah, everyone's got their opinions. It's great. No one sent me a link though to on any gear. Someone says Guitar Center has no soul. I don't know that that's fair. I think there's good and bad in every location wherever you go.
Yeah.
So you just got to find the right person. You got to find some soul Guitar Center.
Again.
It can be done.
Find your rep.
Your
It is a little
guy,
bit
yeah.
harder to do. It is a little bit harder to do. I will say that. In the bigger chains, we work for the largest chain in Canada, one of the largest chains in the world for music, and yeah, it's you just gotta find your person.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes time.
Yeah.
For sure. Awesome. That was fun, guys. Great.
It was actually,
Nice.
yeah.
But yeah, you can see like I spent like 10 minutes looking for those.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do something different now. So every week we have a guest out. We do something called Blast Beats, which is you have to answer 20 questions in 60 seconds.
Okay.
If you do, someone on YouTube's gonna win a prize. Today I'm gonna give away a set of Drumio's eardrums, our in-ear monitors, which I'm not wearing today, but they're a triple driver. They're worth about $150 US. They're awesome. I use them every day. Dennis Chambers likes them. Lots of folks like them.
Yeah.
Cool.
So no pressure. Now we have something special for today. This is kind of an inside joke, but I want to share it with you. So the countdown timer has a little bit of bed music underneath it. But Chris also used to work along McQuaid, thought this would be hilarious. Chris, can you just bring up the clock for us? Let's hear that music quickly.
We're going back.
So that's the hold music.
That's the hold music for Live McQuaid.
Yeah. One of a couple of the loops that we had for sure. So thank you, Chris. So keep in mind that's going to be rolling underneath this.
I personally prefer.
You guys are awesome. All right, let's do this thing. I'm going to count you down. You're going to answer 20 questions in 60 seconds. We've also modified this. I'm calling this the industry version.
Okay.
So it's not just the same questions that we give everybody. You got a couple of special ones. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nylon or wood chip sticks?
Wood.
Is the customer always right?
Sure.
Heel up or heel down?
Both.
Where do you buy your gear?
Long and McQuaid.
Coated or clear drum heads?
Coated.
Most famous drummer you sold something to?
Oh, goodness gracious. Jojo Mayer.
Cymbals, clean or dirty?
Dirty.
Golf or tennis?
Golf.
Pedals, chain, strap, or direct drive?
Strap.
TV or movies?
Movies.
How many snare drums are too many?
I'm gonna say one, but that's just me. I'm weird like that.
White wine or red wine?
Beer.
Single or double pedal?
Single.
Flying or driving?
Driving.
Are concert toms still cool?
Absolutely.
Suit or t-shirt?
T-shirt.
Lacquered or wrapped drums?
Wrap.
Steak or seafood?
Seafood, baby.
LP or streaming?
LP.
Piece of gear you don't own but really want?
Oh, goodness gracious. So much. Too much to mention.
Pick one.
Oh my God. I would say, I'm gonna have to say a Mapex Design Lab.
Oh, very nice. Okay. I got to give it to you because I got that question in at the end there, and so we'll give you the time to answer that question.
All
so
right.
Congratulations to someone on YouTube.
Yay.
You're about to win a set of the Drumeo eardrums. I'm going to give that to... Oh, I'm going to go with Aaron Whitdrum. Congratulations, Aaron Whitdrum. You have won a set of Drumeo's eardrums. All you got to do is email me at krad@drumeo.com with your address. We'll get those sent out to you right away. Congratulations. All right, that's fun.
I don't want to say thank you for not having me play blast beats. When you mentioned blast beats, I went, oh,
the name is a bit of a misnomer.
That's all good. I get it.
I have to be honest, that's the first blast beats I've actually seen.
There you go.
I work here and I set up for drum department every day, but I'm usually, on my way home by the time we start filming. And
Nice.
I love that.
I'll have to put you to the test.
I would love to be put under the test one time. Yeah.
All right, it's time to share our groove of the week. So every week we like to feature a drummer who's doing something really, really awesome. We usually find them through the internet, be it Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever they are out there in the drumming world, online primarily, because that's where we're looking. This drummer I want to showcase today, his name is oh my goodness, I'm going to get this wrong. I apologize. Yongki Lee. Yongqi Lee. Pardon me. Yongqi Lee. Say it with me, everybody.
Yongqi Lee.
There it is. This is going to be our groove of the week. Yongqi Lee. Check them out on Instagram. It's their handle is YEONGKWI_LEE. Yongqi Lee. Check out this amazing drummer. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the clip in there. That's totally my fault. Yeah. That's funny. That's real funny. I got all the way into that.
I got your back, Young Quee. It's all good.
Great. Oh my goodness. That is so funny.
All good.
My apologies, Young Quee Lee. What I'm going to do is while we're working here, I'm going to do the next thing. And I'm going to find that clip. I'm going to send it to you right now. And then we're going to do that.
All right.
This is live, everybody.
It's live.
Sure.
All that build up for
all
nothing.
the build up.
We'll come back to that. All right.
I've been
This
there.
one I have. I want to congratulate our Drumeo Student of the Week. If you're just hanging out here on YouTube and you have no idea what else we do around here, we do all kinds of cool stuff. We have lessons and all kinds of videos and courses, and we can even help you play your drums with like some personal helping lessons and things like that. We do a thing called Student Focus. But we also love to showcase and lift up our students who do awesome things all the time. This week's Student of the Week is Savage Kitty Hawk. Savage is a multi-instrumentalist who has loved music her entire life. She played piano and cello at a young age and eventually moved to the guitar. Guitar.
Won't hold it against them.
But her journey did continue on to drums in May 2022, shortly after Taylor Hawkins passed. Ever since then, though, she's been obsessed with the drums. Yay.
Good.
Congratulations. Craig, would you mind coming on over to the drum set here?
Okay.
We're going to talk all about the A&F cocktail kit, baskets, and bass drum pedal clamp holder. Kind of a weird name, but that's what it is. So Craig, it's right there on the floor. This device, this handy little device, is really, really cool. It helps you turn your floor tom and snare drum into a cocktail drum set. Just like that. So, yeah, if you want to get right in there, Jesus, there we go, yeah. So it's basically, I love A&F products because they're first designed aesthetically to look kind of vintage, but they tend to function very modern. So what we basically have here is something as simple as a double-sided snare basket. It's one basket goes on the floor tom, and then one basket goes on the snare drum. Craig's got all the adjustments there.
I think I figured it out.
Now, there is also a bass drum pedal connector.
Or is
that is super simple.
Backwards?
No, you got it right.
No,
Yeah,
I think he's got the basket backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, sorry, yes.
Goes on.
See, that's the fun of this. This is a
Yeah,
live
right.
demo.
There we go. Let's get those on.
Oh, there she goes. Yeah.
Loosen that off.
So that's, of course, nickel-plated like all of the other products.
Just so cool with the A&F hardware, the
Oh,
nickel plating on it. Kind of brassy looking silver rather
like-
than shiny chrome.
Absolutely.
And you may ask yourself, why do I want to play a cocktail drum set? Well, sometimes you need to play in a very tightened space, and you don't want to buy yet another small drum kit.
still
There's
got
a
it
million
wrong.
little drum kits out there.
Go this way.
This is great.
Cool. Yeah, I've never done this before. I've seen the product. Very cool.
Always wanted to know. I'm going to move this mic while you do that.
All right.
We're going to capture the old 2-in-1 here with this mic. Chris is going to love me for that.
Okay, I think that is on.
Oh, look at that. She's a beaut, Clark.
Let's do that. Let's go there.
And what we've got on the floor here, we actually have a Tama Speed Cobra pedal that we've literally flipped the cam around on.
It was fun
So it
and
swings
awesome.
backwards.
Yeah.
And our Drumeo quiet kick beater actually fits perfectly in there.
It does.
Craig, while you're at it, can you pass me that bar that you're about to put in the drum? Thank you.
Hey.
Oh, that's okay. This bar, if you want to go to there you go. This bar also attaches to your floor drum, but the bracket just flew across the room. We're not using it today because this particular drum kit is unusual in that it has giant floor tom legs. This clamp fits 90% of the floor tom legs on the market. This is in that 10% that it doesn't. But you don't even actually need this bar, but it will actually connect to one of the floor tom legs and your pedal, keep the pedal in place.
I think I'm doing all right here.
Yeah, I think you got it.
One more adjustment of the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
that
we
one.
are.
There
So you can
go.
adjust that snare however you like it.
I'll just do Lars style
Cool,
here.
there we go. So now you can set that snare up however you want. Yeah. Cool. Place the beat. Super cool. Very neat. I love how you can just take any snare drum, any floor tom, and do that with it. Would you do me a favor? Can you grab me that pedal that you're stepping on right now? I'm going to show folks how we did this. It does not come with this beater. This is our Drumeo beater
Aha.
from the Quiet Kick. But yeah, we were actually able to flip this whole thing around. A lot of pedals you can actually do this with these days. Tyson said it took him 15 minutes, but if you do it again, it would take 5.
Yeah, if I had to do it again, it'd take me 5. But Tama, because you can actually undo the ends of the vertical posts, you can take the axle out and flip the whole thing around and drop it into place. And then also their drum key holder and their spring tension assembly at the bottom, you can undo those and switch them to the opposite sides. Just a single Allen wrench on the inside. Now I push down and the beater goes up.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
See, it works backwards.
Yeah.
Boing, 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 boing,
But
boing.
yes.
Yeah, and that's the Drumeo Quiet Kick beater we used in that. You could use a regular beater to just
could.
travel farther.
A little
I just
farther.
wanted to make it a little bit shorter distance. But yeah, that with this bar, this clamp's on like this, and with that clamp that flew across the room, clamp that
Clamp
to your floor tom leg, and off
yeah.
you go. Super cool. And as you can see, it was very easy for Craig to set up with no instructions. Took a couple of tries, but whatever.
It turns
And
your
he's sat
drum
on the
set
drum, you can,
into
like stand up and play.
cocktail drums.
Cocktail, yeah.
So, is it cheap? Not really. It's $285 US, but it's extremely well made. Looks super cool, and that's much less expensive than going out and buying yourself a little pocket drum kit or a thing like that. And you can use your favorite snare this way, and this will fit up to like an 18-inch drum.
18-inch, yeah.
And you can put all kinds of different snare drums in there. So, and of course, you don't have to have it angled that much. If you were standing, you'd have it flat.
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally.
Right? You might even have a little bit of room to play the floor tom if you wanted to, I suppose. Super cool. We're going to give that away in a minute. We're going to give that away to someone out there in the members area. We're also going to give away a 1 year's membership to someone out there on YouTube still. So stay tuned. That's coming in a minute. But first, let's talk about the Groove of the Week. Here we go. So Groove of the Week. The drummer, you guys all remember the name of the drummer, right? Groove of the Week. It's Yong Kui Lee.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes. We are celebrating Yong Kui Lee this week, everybody. Fantastic drummer. What I also want to mention, because I didn't mention it earlier, is if you out there have a drummer that you've seen that needs to get the spotlight shone on them, email us. Let us know who it is. Email me at krad@drumeo.com. Anybody that you think is worthy of Groove of the Week, and we'll share it. Because there's so many fantastic drummers out there doing all kinds of great stuff, and we just want to know more about it and make that part of our community. Before I show the video, speaking of our community, if you want to be part of our community, come and check out Drumeo. We have a 7-day free trial. All you have to do is go right there, Drumeo/trial. Well, .com/trial. And you get 7 free days. You can come hang out with us. You can learn 5,000 songs. I don't think you can do 5,000 songs in 7 days.
You get a lot done in a week, but maybe not that much.
Yeah, but give it a shot. And if you like it, come hang out for longer. That's possible too. All right, let's check out Groove of the Week. This is Yong Kui Lee, everybody. Yong Kui Lee. Awesome stuff. Love the notation. Killer right foot.
Yeah.
And perhaps the most relaxed drummer I've ever seen in my life. He is playing so smooth there. It's nothing happening. So great.
It's shoulder posture.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. We're going to give away a couple of prizes, and then that's it. We're going to stick around a little bit longer for the members. We're going to answer any questions you guys have about gear. Craig's going to come stay and hang out here a little bit.
Cool.
But thank you so much, Craig, for coming out today.
Thanks for having me, Kyle. This has been great.
Tyson, thanks for, as always, being voice of reason.
I try to be.
Get out there and buy some drums.
Get out there and buy some more drums.
Absolutely.
But get
you
a
know
good
what?
deal
You want to find good deals on drums? Go to your local drum shop.
Yep.
Constantly. Be there regularly. See all the used stuff that comes in.
First and foremost, play drums.
Play drums.
You got sticks in your hand, you're a friend of mine.
Yeah,
there you go.
We found that
Craig,
yesterday.
I need a number between 1 and 7.
5.
5. There we go. Okay. War Ghost Squad, you have won a 1-year membership to Drumeo. Congratulations.
Yay.
All you need to do to redeem that is email me at krad@drumeo.com. We'll get you set up with a 1-year membership. Congratulations. All right, we're also going to give away this super cool cocktail mount, this as well, and the clamp that flew across the room.
Keep that tight.
Yeah, keep that tight. You know what? That's the funny thing is it doesn't go tighter than that unless it's on the leg.
Unless it's attached.
So
yeah.
what happened
the
there?
leg is the
Maybe see that's why we do these reviews.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. You may have to keep an eye on that thing.
Yes.
Okay, let's do a number between 1 and 12.
For me,
Sure.
11.
11. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Joel Marquez, congratulations in the members area. You have just won this beautiful cocktail mounting setup from A&F Drums. Thanks to A&F for making that available to us. I will remind you all, whenever we do a gear review, we do not pay for these things, but we also don't get paid, if you know what I'm saying. So these are unvarnished reviews. They just send us stuff. We review it, and then we give it away.
Totally.
Pretty simple. And now we'll give away Dave's drum kit. No, we're not going to do that.
I gave you an Apex Mars Maple.
You sure did.
Before.
And thank you for that.
And
Someone
I watched
out there,
that episode,
that
obviously.
drum kit ended up in Florida.
Very cool.
And they just started playing the drums. They were over the moon. Couldn't believe it.
Nice.
So it went to someone who loves them.
Very cool.
And that's what it's all about, everybody. All right. That's it for this week's Drum Department. Next week, we're going to have Eloy Casagrande here. And we're going to be doing some really cool stuff with double bass, adding double bass to songs that don't normally have it. So check us out then. Until then, practice your English, Kyle. For the rest of you, practice your drums, and we'll see you again soon. In the members area, we're going to come right back. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Anyways, how you guys doing? Yeah, that was some drum stuff. They were talking about how to look for drums on sale. Yeah. They're talking about how to look for drums on sale. Anyways, yeah. Let's see. What else? That's it for that Dromeo video. I mean, yeah. Let's see. What else are we doing today? Captain. Let me get some light on. I'll be right back. There we go. Lights is on. But yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some din din or something. I'm a little bit hungry, but I will find something else to do tonight, but before that, I will go get some. I will heat up some din din. I'll play a video for you guys to look at while I'm doing that. I guess I'll be right back.
All right, Vapesters, welcome back to the channel. I know I've been absent for a little while. So it is such a beautiful day up here in the Northwest today. I thought I would just hang out, kick it by a tree in my front yard, and we would take indoor smokers outside. But I got a couple awesome little vapes we're gonna be taking a look at today. So this is the AZ3 Mini Vape from Uwell. We're going to be checking this out along with its tiny little partner, the GZ2. So both of these are amazing, tiny little vapes, the smallest vapes I've ever seen. It's almost hard to believe they are real. I had done a prank video like a couple of years ago where I had titled it the smallest vape ever. And it was actually just kind of a little keychain. So it was just a prank. It didn't actually vape. Well, these things are just about as small, except the difference is these are real. So you got two little pod systems here. Very similar, 2 mil juice capacities. The AZ3 is a 750 mAh battery. The GZ2 is an 850 mAh battery. And then your AZ3 here is going to come with a 0.8 resistance coil pre-installed. That's the one we got in it right now. And then it also has a 1.0 resistance coil. The GZ2 has a 0.8 resistance coil installed. That's the one we got in here. And then it also has a 1.2 mouth to lung hitter. Now the two coils I got in here and these two vape setups You're going to be able to do mouth to lung or direct lung hits on these, and I will show you both. Before we get into that though, I did want to mention I'm sitting out here next to the Electric XP e-bike, and we do have a giveaway going on Green Motion e-bikes. So if you hang out till the end of this video, I'm going to tell you guys what you need to do to get in on the giveaway, because I would love one of my old school indoor smokers to actually get in and win this giveaway. You guys have been supporting me for years and years, so I would love to see one of you guys get this giveaway, so I didn't want to leave you out of it. And that is going to be for this Electric XP Lite that you see right here. Sweet little e-bike. But all right, guys, let's do some vaping outdoors today. So first up, we have the AZ3 Mini. If you guys want to see just how small this thing is, everybody's into these little portable vapes these days. They're small, they're handy, but the bad part about them is that you do have to toss them once the juice runs out. Well, these little mini vapes today are actually refillable, rechargeable, and quite a bit smaller than even the smaller disposable vapes on the market. So, all right, check out what you can do vape-wise on this little AZ3. UL calls them the Mini, the Mighty, and you're about to see why. Check out the cloud. Woo! God damn! Something that small, literally, you could fit this entire device right in your own mouth. Ooh, choked on that one a little bit. That's what she said. So another nice thing with this tiny little vape is that you don't have any adjustments on it whatsoever. No screen, no buttons, nothing to push, nothing to set. You don't have to worry about ohms. It is going to vape at up to 17 watts. But as you're seeing from the clouds, you're actually getting a ton of vape for that. For a 0.8 resistance coil of 17 watts, freaking amazing. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the other tiny little mini mighty vape. There you go. You got your little light show going on. That will also light up when you vape on it. So let's check out the clouds on the GZ2 compared to what I was doing on that AZ3. Cock-a-doodle damn! Amazingly big clouds for these tiny little vapes. See where I got the AZ3 here. So very simple, very easy to use vapes. They're small and easy to take with you on the go, as any of the disposables on the market today, actually smaller in my opinion. These pods are top fill. You just pop the drip tips off. You can fill them up, reuse them again and again. And then, like I said, they do have different coils with these, so you're able to switch that out depending on whether you're doing mouth to lung or direct lung. I'll go ahead and do a mouth to lung hit on this. Still, great vapor, great flavor on these. It is amazing how far the technology has come since I first started vaping over a decade ago. So if you guys want to check out either the GZ2 or the AZ3, make sure you pop over to your favorite website to buy vape products. I use Element Vapes a lot myself. I've always had quick, easy shipping with them, so it makes it nice. You don't have to wait a long time to get your vapes from the time you order them. All right, but just simple little small vapes. So a simple quick little video to cover these for you guys. Now, for those of you who do want to get in on the giveaway for this freaking XP Lite e-bike right here, she's actually a sweet e-bike. You'll see some footage of me riding around on this thing. So all you're going to have to do is use the link down in the pinned comments. Now, a lot of you guys know quite a while ago, YouTube started banning us from doing any kind of deals or sales, coupon codes for vape products, and especially giveaways. So I used to do a ton of giveaways for vape products, not allowed to do that anymore, but YouTube's not going to have a problem with me doing a giveaway for an e-bike. So if you want to click the link, I'm going to put it down in the pinned comment. I will also put it in the description of this video. That will take you over to the video on Green Motion e-bikes. I will tell you everything you need to know to get in on the giveaway. So please, please, do that, guys, because like I said, I would love for one of my old school vapesters to win this giveaway. And then that's pretty much going to do it for me today, guys. I will take one last vape to send with you guys. Maybe we'll try the old school double. But if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to this channel. Ring that bell so you get all notifications when the videos go up. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and a comment down below. I know I haven't seen you guys in a little while, so just say, hey, what's up? Good to see you. That kind of a thing would be appreciated. I do love reading all of your guys' comments. But all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take one last vape. I will do a double off of the GZ2 and the AZ3 for you guys, and then I will catch you right back here with a brand new video to take a look at. And we do have a couple other products that we are going to be looking at, so I promise it won't be another month before I come back and do a new video. All right, guys, this one's for you. Cheers. Peace.
Hey, I'm back, you guys. So I don't know what we're gonna. I don't know what else we're gonna watch right now. Um. I know looking at drum videos is not something that would be interesting to you guys. Um. Anyway, so should we? Let's see. Maybe we'll play some Plants vs. Zombies. I haven't played that with you guys in a while. If it will work. No, not that. See. Game. Yep. Plants vs. Zombies, yep. Let's do this. Yeah, we can do this. I don't know. We can do something like this, maybe. I think. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll play this and then we'll do the image 2. We'll do transform, fit. We'll do stretch. Yeah, there we go. I think that's better. We'll do this. We'll play some Plants vs. Zombies. Haven't done it on stream in a while. No, just whatever little bit was left. Yeah, you can cook some vegetables. Anyways. We'll do Plants vs. Zombies. I have played up, but I haven't played it on stream ever. Because I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at it either. The plants. There's this Plants vs. Zombies. PvZ. Let's try it. PvZ. PvZ. I don't know if you guys have ever played Plants vs. Zombies before, but we're going to do some PvZ right now. Why? Because we haven't done it in a while. Survival. We'll start a new game. New game. PvZ. Yeah. We'll do a new game of PvZ. Oh. We're doing a new game in PvZ. That's should we listen? We'll listen to some. We'll listen to some music, shall we? Let's see. Try some dance. We will try dance. Just to see what it sounds like. Oh, this is called Broken Cha-Cha. We'll try it. We're gonna do some PvZ right now, you guys. Survival mode. We'll do survival. We'll try that. We'll try that for now. I don't know. I'll just do that. I just do that. We don't know how long. We don't know how long we'll last, but we'll try it. PvZ right now, okay? This is what I like to do. We'll see what happens. We'll try this to see how it works. I don't know how it will work, but we'll try this. We'll see what happens in this game. I don't know if this will work, but we'll try it. We'll restart. That didn't work, we'll try it. We'll try this. We don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll try it. Bow. We'll try that for now. Good stuff. PvZ survival, you guys. I love PvZ. Old school game. Hey, Fido, get down. Fido's my dog. We'll try this. Is that there? This is supposed to be dance music. This is not bad though. If I do say so myself. What do you guys think about this music? We'll do a star thing right here. We'll see how much we can do, right? We'll do a star thing. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do that. We'll see how long this can last. I think this can last really long. I think it sounds pretty cool, don't you? The music. Let's see how far I can do this. Oh.
Funky pills, 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 funky pills.
Stay up all night looking at the stars, watching as our life go by. Stay up all night looking at the stars, watching as our life go by. Stay up all night looking at the stars, watching as our life go by. Stay up all night looking at the stars, watching as our life go by.
You guys like the music? I think the music's pretty cool.
Rhythm and soul. Rhythm and soul. Rhythm and soul.
Stay up all night looking at the stars, watching as our life go by.
I actually think this is pretty cool. I like this.
Stay up all night looking at the stars, watching as our life go by.
Celebrity girl.
I got my fingers twice. I watch it all fall out just as fast as my hand can write it now. They'll run away from me, I let them go their way. I live to be their queen another day. Everybody know by now there's something in the air. It's like I'm writing graffiti with a skunk up there. And some of the words fall down like frozen pouring rain. If you're thirsty, just open up your mouth again. So why is everyone afraid of me? And how come nobody will play with me? I just celebrity girl, celebrity girl. My head's in a whirl, all over the world. Oh, where'd you go? Is it anyone there watching my show? Oh, there you are. I brought some moonbeams in a jar. Then I open up the seal and they all chime out. When the truth is talking, I shut my mouth. Ain't nobody told none here. Have a lovely day. I told you all of mine. I'm on my way. Why is everyone afraid of me? How come nobody will play with me? I'm just ghost. Celebrity girl, celebrity girl. My head's in a whirl, all over the world. So tell me one more time, if I wait long enough, I'll catch a drop of water in a paper cup. Everybody knows that game, they're tired of it too. And my those tight pants do look good on you. 'Cause I know when you walk and you look that way, there's really not much left for me to say. Then I do the catwalk thing, I step into the light. It's shining all around. If you kiss, then kiss me right. You don't wanna listen, that's nothing new. So have I dumbed it down enough to ring true? They write every contract with a ballpoint pen. You think that they will be fair? You better think again, 'cause you know they're hurting the world. It's no place for girls. So I just got to twirl all over the world. Celebrity girl, my eyes are like pearls. My back is a pearl. Celebrity girl, celebrity girl, celebrity girl. Oh, 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 celebrity girl, celebrity girl.
Celebrity girl. Never heard these songs before. Just trying it out. We'll see how this goes. We're doing PvZ right now.
I remember the day that I fell in love with you and see each other in a minute, still feel comfortable. We know that we be in it for a bumpy road and a long drive, but I still enjoy your company. Radio blasting on the highway. It go love, it go heal, that's what God said. Go give up, go give in, that's what pride said. I was built for this life, that's what God said. So you know what I did. Looking in your eyes and I'm seeing myself. We really one and the same. We really in this for real. We really here making a way for everyone else. Thank you for all of your help. No, we can never forget the ones that was here from the jump. Not just from back in the day, the ones that was playing the front. You my ear, you my heart at the same time. Thanking God every day that you're all mine. You're all mine. Yeah. You can't hold me, love.
I'll be here when you're ready. Slow and steady. I'll be here when you're ready. Yeah, yeah. Slow and steady. I'll be here when you're ready. Slow and steady. I'll be here when you're ready. I've been thinking, so much hasn't sinked in. Like how deep we had to go to keep from sinking. Forever we linked in. Infinity, heaven's divinity on you. Love. All we had is love. You and I rockin' with the best, of course. Yes, of course. Show you a good time for your whole life. Be your girl and be your wife. Same time, you know mama like to play, so I make it wait. I'm on your play for the whole night. Hold tight, say to me. Don't like, delay. All I need is you on me, all over me. Yeah.
You can't hold me, love.
I'll be here when you're ready. Slow and steady. I'll be here when you're ready. Yeah, yeah. Slow and steady. I'll be here when you're ready. Slow and steady. I'll be here when you're ready. Yeah.
Let us pause this for now. Take some for the boy, right? Number one. Nothing in here. Nothing for you. You see how many coins I have? 1900. Even though I don't really need it per se, I'll put that there just for the sake of it.
Time standing still. I try to control it. I reach within.
Purchase your tracks today.
You make too many promises, but they always break. You make too many promises,
Mindful mirror. Purchase your tracks today.
The next morning, I read the stories of the brutal murder of the 2 police officers. I also read the witness's statement about the bullets having no effect upon the killer. I felt sorry for the witness, and I thought about how easily a person's mind can become confused when suddenly they receive a brutal shot.
Beats craze.
Let's do some string raisers right now. Let's see how this will go. Come on. Won the Stream Raiders.
Beats crazy.
Congratulations, you guys. Off to the next one.
beats craze.
Hey Fido, sit down. You're a good boy. My dog's name is Fido. Do you guys like PvZ? Let's keep going. I know PvZ isn't for everybody, but Anyways, how was your Saturday? Hope you guys had a very plentiful Saturday. What do you guys think? Let's see who's on PvZ. Anyways, so how you guys doing? I think that's gonna be it for tonight. Yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. I might be on tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what tomorrow's plans are. Most likely tomorrow night, though, I will do my normal Mark Wiens or food. We'll do, our normal food reactions or Mark Wiens reactions. Hey everybody, yeah. Tomorrow night we will do our normal food and Mark Wiens reactions. I hope you guys enjoyed me playing some Plants vs. Zombies. I haven't done that in a long time on my stream, but I thought I'd do it tonight. Anyways, Let's see if there's somebody. I think Widweed is still on, so I will go say hello to him. Yeah, Wid is still on, so we will go say hello to Wid. Let's say hello to Wid. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Until then, everybody have a good night. I am the Positive Panda signing out from the Panda Den. I will see you guys on the next stream. Remember to always be strong, be healthy, be bulletproof, but most of all, stay positive. Everybody, have a good night. Bye. Let's see. Good night, everybody. Bye.